the business of boxing.
The best thing is the fighter needs to take almost everything.
You paid all that money and had the biggest stage in boxing on Netflix, and that is really the best they could do?
He knew that he could not beat Bud Crawford, which is why they basically paid him $100 million.
Canelo openly admitted that after the loss, he deliberately took it easy on Crawford while discussing the situation on Joe Rogan's podcast. He explained that he did not give his full effort inside the ring and intentionally held himself back. According to Canelo, he fought at half speed, stayed flat-footed, and allowed Crawford to appear better than he actually was. He also stated that business and money played a major role in how the fight unfolded, claiming he was paid to ease up and not fight with his usual intensity.
It's not pay-per-view, so they still Netflix putting up the money. So I'm saying, so they don't get no back end then.
No, there is no back end. There's ticket sales.
Yeah, because pay-per-view, the back end is the most.
There's no pay-per-view.
I guess if you give me $50 million up front, I don't really care about it.
This statement confirmed what many in the boxing world had already been saying in the days after the fight. Fans and experts immediately noticed that something about Canelo's performance felt off. He barely used his jab, one of the strongest weapons of his career, and never put together combinations or applied his normal pressure. Instead, he threw single punches, stayed stationary for long periods, and showed little urgency as rounds slipped away. Punch statistics supported this, showing some of the lowest output of his career. Many first assumed age was the issue, but his admission changed everything.
He don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance?
Yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
Oscar de la Hoya was among the first to raise questions after the fight, posting online. What was that? I know Canelo can be slow, but not that slow. I know he can look off, but not that weak. Did he even train? De la Hoya asked. Having promoted Canelo for years, the performance felt completely unfamiliar to him. He had seen Canelo in countless training camps where sharpness and volume were always present. To De La Hoya, the version against Crawford did not resemble the fighter he knew and could not be explained by age alone.
When he got hit by Crawford and he took that deep breath, it's frustrating. Don't get me wrong. Canelo facing the right opponent that's going to stay in front of him, that's going to fight, that's going to make it a brawl, Canelo knocks him out. So I'm not saying Canelo's shot or done.
Veteran fighter Gabe Rosado also shared his thoughts, saying Canelo fought with heavy feet, no jab, no combinations, and only single punches. To Rosado, it looked like a performance from someone well past his prime, not a champion still holding titles. His comments closely align with what Canelo later admitted. In past fights against opponents like Gennady Golovkin and other elite names, Canelo doubled his jab, fired sharp combinations, and constantly applied pressure. Against Crawford, Rosado noted that none of those qualities were present.
Seeing Bud catch those shots off his glove.
He looked amazing.
So amazing.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah. He'd go to a body and he'd catch that and come up with an uppercut. You know, just all those things that seem...
He looked great.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody do that to ever.
No one has. Yeah, he's the best.
Canelo. Ever.
Yeah, he's the best.
And I think he would do that to Canelo on his best day. And Canelo said it, he goes, I couldn't figure him out.
No.
Clarissa Shields suggested that Canelo's body may simply be breaking down, saying he could no longer move the same, fire combinations, or rely on his legs. To her, it felt like the natural end of a long and demanding career. At the time, that explanation seemed reasonable. David Benavidez, one of Canelo's most vocal rivals, has long claimed Canelo avoids certain challenges. Even before the Crawford fight, he argued Canelo chose favorable opponents. After the bout, Benavidez doubled down, saying Canelo no longer seemed willing to take real risks.
Boxing business?
Because, you know, the fighters always get the less money, and some of the fighters they need to take the money, the guarantee money, right? Because they don't make a lot of money in the fights, right? But
According to Benavidez and others, Canelo was mainly chasing a massive payday, something Benavidez views as normal business. He even predicted Canelo would continue down this path. Oscar de la Hoya told Fight Hype that the result was more about style than decline, rejecting the idea that Alvarez is finished. However, he admitted the future depends on smart matchmaking. If Canelo faces the right opponent who comes forward and fights back, he knocks him out, de la Hoya said. It's not about being done, it's about who you put in front of him and maximizing the final dollars.
You see Canelo is a strong fighter, and every punch he throws comes with power, right? That breaks down the body. Physically, his body is breaking down. Plus, he just had a kid. Canelo wants to go enjoy his life. He wants to keep his wits, keep his mind together, stay sharp, and go enjoy a little bit of that money that he just made. But he could not pass the torch to somebody that didn't respect the game. Canelo's at the top of the list.
De La Hoya believes many still feel Canelo can compete at the highest level, but mostly against styles that suit him. Eddie Hearn sees it differently. Speaking to Sports Illustrated, Hearn discussed the commercial and competitive appeal of a Crawford rematch. He questioned whether Canelo could silence retirement talk. Fans want to see if Alvarez can adjust or if Crawford will push him closer to the exit. Hearn added that Canelo has reinvented himself before and believes he can retool his skills to create serious problems for Crawford.
You've been training Crawford for years. Is he retired or is he going to keep fighting?
He just got to take a break.
Is Terence Crawford retired or is he going to keep fighting?
Oh, he's going to keep fighting.
He's going to keep fighting?
Yeah.
You're the man. Be man. Hey, congratulations. Enjoy the win.
In the first fight, Canelo began strongly, controlling the early rounds with sharp counters that kept Crawford cautious. However, momentum shifted later. Between rounds 9 and 12, Crawford took over, landing cleaner shots and forcing Alvarez onto the defensive. Many observers felt those rounds decided the fight. Hearn believes that with a smarter late-round strategy, the result could change in a rematch. He also noted that Canelo may instead choose marketable opponents who offer big money with less risk, such as Jermall Charlo or Hamza Shiraz.
We knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit.
Chris Eubank Jr. shares that optimism, calling a rematch massive and insisting Canelo still has the tools to flip the narrative. He believes Alvarez's experience and power remain dangerous when used correctly, a view shared by many fighters. Trainer Robert Garcia also supports the idea of a second fight, saying hunger will be key. Garcia told Fight Hype that Canelo must avoid the mistakes of the first fight and maintain pressure throughout, rather than fading late. His view reflects a common belief that Canelo's skills remain intact, but mindset will define his future.
Of his career.
I would love to see the rematch. I think in the rematch, if he comes back with the hunger that he needs, he could beat Crawford. Because Crawford, is very talented, but I think Canelo could beat him. Canelo's strong, man. Canelo's strong. Canelo could take a good punch. So I think he could just go and don't respect his punch and throw punches even though you're gonna get hit.
For Crawford, the win over Alvarez has opened major opportunities, regardless of intent. Still, debate continues over his next move. Some analysts believe he may avoid the most dangerous opponents. Fighters like David Benavidez, Dimitri Bivol, Diego Pacheco, and Bektemir Melikuziev present serious size and power threats that could neutralize Crawford's style. Those matchups carry high risk with unclear rewards. As a result, many expect Crawford to pursue big-name opponents who bring large paydays with less danger, such as Jermall Charlo or Hamza Shiraz.
Match as a Canelo fan, I don't really want to see that. I don't think there will be much difference. I don't think Canelo can bring anything to the table that's going to surprise Crawford. He's a different fighter now. If this was 10 years ago, yes, I think the fight could have gone a different way. But there's no point in even thinking that because Canelo's a different fighter now. They fought today. They fought when Crawford is older as well, so I can't be trying to say...
The business side of boxing plays a huge role in these decisions. Crawford's victory places him in position to demand massive purses, but how long that leverage lasts depends on his opponent choices. Meanwhile, Canelo's next move will also shape the sport. If he seeks immediate redemption against Crawford, the fight could attract global attention. If he instead chooses a safer matchup, it may signal that his career is entering its final chapter.
Between Terence Crawford and Canelo, personally, I do not want to see a rematch. Usually rematches are in order when it's a very close fight and you can't really tell, which fighter won. There's a lot of close rounds, swing rounds. That wasn't the case in this fight. Terence Crawford won pretty handedly. I personally scored the fight 9-3, being generous.
Despite criticism that Canelo chased money, many believe even the payday cannot justify the position he placed himself in by accepting the Crawford fight. Boxing has reached a stage where financial appeal overrides everything. It no longer matters if a fighter is past his prime. If the money is big enough, the fight happens. That was the case here. Canelo had already shown signs of decline, but the financial opportunity was too large to ignore. The issue is that while money keeps coming, the physical toll never stops, and this may have been one payday too many.
Payday too many.
I
Coca-Cola, I'm buying.
I risk my life in the ring, and everybody's making money too. It's not that they don't making money; they making money, but the fighter needs to.
Coach Ronnie Shields spoke immediately after the loss, stating it was time for Canelo to retire. He told Fight Hub TV that what he saw against Crawford was enough. "It's over," Shields said. "I didn't see energy, sharpness, or the old Canelo who walked fighters down." For Shields, this isn't about changing trainers or tactics. It's about age. "Fire Eddie Reynoso, hire someone else. It won't matter," he said. "When the body stops responding, no training can fix it."
Reverse it.
To have just one name at 160, 154, I mean, it's just hard for him, ideally, to just see a fight. No names designated at the moment. Would you be okay to see him retire?
I would. Look, he's had a great career also.
Oscar de la Hoya offered a different view, suggesting Canelo's career might be revived with a new coach, possibly even someone like Shields. Shields quickly rejected that idea, saying the issue runs deeper. Canelo has competed at the highest level since his teens, enduring brutal fights and exhausting camps. Crawford, by comparison, has fewer wars and fresher legs. Shields believes Canelo's body is sending a clear signal to stop, and ignoring it will only cause further damage.
The damage will become.
I mean, the only thing I can tell him or give him advice in is get a new trainer. I can't advise him on retiring or staying in boxing. That's a very personal decision. But I can say, hey, get a new trainer.
The warning signs are hard to ignore. Since the Dimitri Bivol loss in May 2022, Canelo hasn't looked the same. Though he continues to win, those victories lack dominance and have not produced stoppages. He appears fatigued late and has faced opponents he could beat even while declining. Crawford was different. Canelo couldn't overpower him, and when the fight went long, his conditioning failed. Shields' point stands: the body eventually reveals the truth.
He tells the truth.
If we see a fight where Canelo Alvarez looks old, and guess what? He's old. Right? And it might be a case of him being less than he.
Interestingly, Shields also offered surprising advice for Crawford, suggesting he consider retirement soon, perhaps after one more fight. At 38, Crawford remains sharp, but many believe leaving early is wiser. Shields even suggested moving to 160 pounds, winning a belt, then retiring. He warned that defending at 168 is risky due to younger, stronger contenders. Facing someone like Chris Eubank Jr., a relentless pressure fighter, would be dangerous. Crawford succeeded partly because Canelo slowed down, something younger fighters would not allow.
More relentless opponent.
As a potential opponent for Canelo, but the big question has been, is Christian ready for that opportunity? Is he ready for the moment? Do you feel after this Saturday that you are ready for a fight with whoever wins the fight against Crawford and Canelo?
I'm born ready. Yeah, I'm born ready. Yeah.
Retirement plans often clash with reality, especially when money is involved. Crawford is now undisputed at 168 and one of boxing's biggest stars. That's why Turki Al-Sheikh quickly teased a matchup with David Benavidez, questioning whether Crawford could still make the weight. It was a clear signal of interest in Crawford versus Benavidez, a fight capable of generating massive buzz and tens of millions in revenue.
Canelo, would you ever entertain a fight with the Mexican monster David Benavidez? What you want, Canelo? What you want, Canelo?
You gotta understand, like.
But I gotta ask you, bro, because I can't, you know.
My thing is, Benavidez is a big dude. You know what I mean? Not to say.
Crawford admitted he is weighing his options, telling Ring Magazine on X that he will meet with his team to decide whether to drop to middleweight or stay at super middleweight. At 160, the challenge is simple: the money isn't there. Champions like Janibek Alimkanyeli, Arislandi Lara, and Carlos Adams are solid fighters but not stars. They wouldn't sell pay-per-view or attract major investment. While Crawford could win a belt there, financially it makes little sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Canelo?
Turkey
people,
dropped,
people are talking about it.
Turkey hit it at that. He was like, Benavidez.
Yeah, he
Turkey,
did.
So.
Turkey just posted that this morning, wondering if Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No.
That's why Benavidez is viewed as the golden ticket. The key question is whether Crawford can still comfortably make 168. If so, the fight would be enormous. Benavidez is young, undefeated, and hungry for a defining win. Crawford is older, but many believe his skill gives him a real chance despite the size disadvantage. Online reactions were immediate. Some said Crawford would outbox Benavidez, while others felt Benavidez's pressure would be too much. Everyone agreed, it's a fight worth making.
It's a fight worth making.
This fight, it's a storyline there. You beat my brother. I need that revenge. I'm the Mexican monster. You a pound for pound great. You coming up. Let's do it. If Terence Crawford beats David Benavidez, I don't even think he needs to fight Canelo. You automatically have to put Terence Crawford in.
Other names are also being discussed. Dimitri Bivol and Artur Beterbiev at 175 are possibilities, and a win there would be historic. Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz remain active, but fight at lower weights and no longer generate the same excitement. Sebastian Fundora is another option, though unpredictable. At this stage, only fights that generate massive revenue truly make sense for Crawford. His legacy is secure. What remains is the money.
Bud next, since Bud's so strong. That's what I said. Why are you talking about 54? None of them dudes gonna get you up. If you truly beat Canelo, why not be the greatest fighter in the existence of boxing? Like, Bivol was the only dude to beat 2 undisputed active champions. Like, he beat Canelo as an undisputed.
That reality defines modern boxing. The sport is no longer driven by rankings or mandatory challengers. It's driven by global buzz and revenue. Wealthy promoters like Turkey have changed the landscape, and fighters like Crawford are positioned to benefit. That's why, despite voices like Ronnie Shields calling for retirement, it's hard to imagine Crawford walking away. The money is enormous, the spotlight intense, and history still within reach.
History are still very much alive.
You've been training Crawford for years. Is he retired or is he going to keep fighting?
He just got to take a break.
Is Terence Crawford retired or is he going to keep fighting?
Oh, he's going to keep fighting.
He's going to keep fighting?
Yeah.
You're the man.
Fans online are already creating fantasy scenarios. Some suggest Crawford win a middleweight title, then move to light heavyweight to face Bivol or Beterbiev. Achieving that would make him only the second fighter to win titles in 7 divisions, placing him beyond even Mayweather in some debates. Others argue he should skip everything and fight Benavidez next, giving fans what they want. One thing is clear, money drives every decision. And Canelo's loss-proved fighters will still risk everything if the payday is right.